So when you play farming similar to 25, do you like a farm that's not too big, not too small, yet has some beautiful rolling hills? You might like this farm. Let's take a look around. First, let's look in your house. Now, you're going to start right here, but it looks like this. Okay, it's beautiful because you start at 5:30 in the morning when you first start this map. And it's beautiful, crazy, got a little eerie haze to it. Okay, let's take a look inside your house. Okay, there's your bedroom. That's where you're going to go to sleep. You got a computer in there and a TV. I like houses you can go in. It's just cool. Got your little pantry in there with all your dishes and stuff. Your eat-in kitchen here. Cook on a brick oven. Look at that. That's cool. Pretty small. Come on out here. You got your pickup truck, the standard Lizard 2017 pickup. Pretty nice. And you got a puppy. He's around. There he is over there. Not your typical dog. He's a little bit different. All right, over here you got a small cultivator. And you get a Fendt 726 Vario, and this one has 262 horsepower. You can max that out at 303, I think. This is like a Fendt farm. Okay, you have the Rudolph trailer. It holds 18.5 cubic meters of stuff. You've got the Fendt 516 Vario. This one's already maxed out 171 horsepower. Okay, coming on around here, you have your own lime station. There's several of these on the map too, and you can actually sell lime. This one holds 60,000 liters. You got a manure basin here. That's because you have some cows. And you have a quickie front end loader with a manure bucket. And you do have a bale fork. And we'll see that in a minute. Over here you have a very large cow pasture. So this is a pen, not a barn. So that means you have to add water along with food. It is for dairy cows though. But look at the capacity of this thing. It's huge. Okay, it holds 839 cows. So right now you have 5 baby cows, brand new, and you got 3 that are grown. So those will reproduce, but they're kind of slow, you know, cows. So you might want to buy some more. I bought about 50 or 60 right off the bat. Okay, there's where your slurry comes in. This is where you put your water, and this is where you put your food. Along those lines, you do have an 8,000 liter standard water/milk tank right here that you can use for that. Coming over here, you got a 25,000 liter fuel tank. There's nothing in it, but you can add that easy enough. Okay, you got an interesting silo here. This is where you dump stuff, and it holds 600,000. Okay, 600,000. In here, you have a little bit of materials along with your bale fork. Okay, let me show you what you got. And you actually have some more stuff inside the silo. Okay, right now you have 12,100 liters of black beans. You got 32,000 liters of hay. You got 3,150 liters of seeds, 2,000 liters of solid fertilizer, 36,000 liters of straw, 12,100 liters of triticale, and 12,100 liters of wheat. So you have some stuff there you can sell, about $45,000 worth. And then you got some hay and straw you can use for your cows to get them going. So that's kind of cool. It gives you a little start there. And you got some stuff you can sell at the optimum time to boost your income there just a tad. This is where you pick up stuff from your silo. Okay, coming around over here, you have a large bunker silo right here. And you're going to need that for all those 800 something cows. Okay, like I said, it's a Fendt farm, so you have the smallest Fendt harvester, the Fendt 5275 right here. And behind that on a trailer is a 7.6 meter Fendt grain header. Okay, now this is a little mismatch here. You got the Fendt Vario 942 with 415 horsepower, and behind that you had a Great Plains seeder. So I upgraded that right away along with my harvester because that's pretty small for the size of these fields. We're going to look at the fields in just a second. Okay, it's a nice aerial shot of your farm. Now notice this, on top of this shed, you have some solar panels. And look at our money there. We've already picked up some money from that. You're going to get, you know, $2,000 or $3,000 a month. I think the lowest was like $1,800 I got, and the highest was maybe $3,300 based on the sun. But you do have some base income there to kind of pay some of your expenses when you're starting out. So that's kind of cool. Okay, you own this field here. It's been harvested and cultivated. It's ready to go. It's 14.15 acres. Pretty good sized field. And this one needs to be harvested, but it's 8.61 acres. It had wheat in it. And then you have a wheat field that's ready to be harvested. So that's 15.06 acres. So it's going to have almost 75,000 liters of wheat in it. So you harvest that, and you're going to, along with what you got a few things to sell. Look at this beautiful cow pasture. You know, most maps, these aren't very realistic. You have a little tiny thing like that that holds like 200 cows. This is realistic because you get a bunch of cows in there. They're spread out just like real life. So if you look at it from the map, this is a pretty large field. Look at this thing. You got a 13-acre field that your cows are running around in. And then these are your other fields right here. And of course, there's some here you could buy. That one's 300,000, 382, 327, 228. Now there's no grass fields ready to go right next to you, but there is one over here with grass in it, and it's 206,000. Okay, so this is your farm area right here. Across the way here, you have the shop. We'll see that in a second. There's 58 fields on here that you can purchase, and they're pretty good size. They're not super crazy. That's probably the biggest one there. That's 44 acres. That's huge. But these aren't too crazy. You know, 15 acres or so aren't too bad. That's pretty good size. You do have 4 forestry areas you can purchase on the map. There's some different crops. You got black beans, alfalfa, and that triticale that you have in there. That's one reason I think they stuck them in your silo, so you'll know that you have those to plant and grow. That's kind of neat. There's another farm down here you can purchase. We're going to look at that in a minute. Some points of sale will fly by. You got your warehouse and stuff down there and the grain mill. You can rent a train. There is a train on here, and you can sell goods on the train. Most of your points of sale are over here, and you got a couple over there, and then your sawmill's up there in the corner. Another place where the train is. Railroad station. Another lime station. Forestry area. Okay, you can see these hills. These hills are no joke. When you're trying to go up them on your tractor like this, a small tractor starts to bog down pretty good. So it's really interesting. I like the hills. This has some main highways, have a lot of detail on this map. I like the clay roads. You have good roads between all your fields. Aerial shot of your little farm area right there. There's a biogas plant. There's a shop right across the street. There's some water sources here. You can come down here and get some water. You can go fishing. There's the sawmill. You can see the railroad track there. It's pretty cool. Okay, that's the railroad station ahead. You can rent the train here. You have some more water over here on the left. Once again, you can go fishing. Okay, here's another farm you can purchase. We're going to hop down there, and I want to show you that. So once you get the money and you want to upgrade, you can purchase this for $1.3 million. And the area is 5 3/4 acres, but it does not include any fields. It's just your farm. That includes your farmhouse, pretty nice. You got some storage here. Over here you have a very large storage shed to put your stuff in. But the doors aren't big, so you're not getting a harvester with a header on, but you can get all your smaller stuff in there. You got a bunker silo over here. Like I say, you do not have any fields with this, but it does expand your base farm there. And this thing is definitely expanded because yours is like 600,000. This one holds 10 million. So once you're to that point, this is not a bad place to come. Okay, this does have a cow pen over here, and it's smaller than yours. It's kind of, I thought it would have been flip-flopped. Maybe the 400 something should have been on our farm, and this should have been 800. But this one's only 464. So you can expand to this one. It is dairy. You put your water there, your food there, and your milk's around here. A little harder to get to. You have to come through that gate. It's interesting that it's half the size of yours, but your silo is so much bigger. But that's pretty cool. There's a pretty cool farm over here if you want to expand and purchase that. Like I said, it's like $1.3 million. Okay, over here you have the grain mill. You pull around this thing and you dump your stuff right on this side right there. And you have the warehouse. And you got another water feature. There's a railroad track. The map is beautifully done. Look at the detail, the rolling hills. The roads aren't just straight and boring. They look like real roads. The roads between the fields are the same. Little variation here and there. It's just not perfectly straight. There's a lot of work in this thing, and it looks very realistic. It is in Brazil. It's called Gaucho Fields. It's in Portuguese. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that right. That means Gaucho Fields. It does have a custom crop calendar. Look at this with your other crops, but it's also changed because of the seasons down there in Brazil are different than the US or the UK. So because it's in Brazil, you have these palm tree looking things. I love the looks of this thing. It's just beautiful. Okay, coming this way, you got most of your other points of sale over here. There's a grain mill over here. There's a grain mill point of sale. You got the animal shop. Oh, and this is a pretty cool feature there too. If you want to get into the quarry business, look at that. And it comes with a front end loader already. It's down there. You can use it, but you have to purchase this. And that's going to run you $2.3 million. Okay, so that's expensive. Not something you're doing right out of the chute. But as your game expands and you want to purchase that, that's pretty cool. There's a point of sale there. This is called the cooperative. Got little water features all over the place. That's pretty cool. Okay, there's the sugar mill and the spinnery. If you come up back on this around this way, you can go back to your farm. There's a shop across the street, and we're back to your farm. So that's pretty cool. Give this thing a try. I'm Farmer Teacher. It's a beautiful, beautiful map. Gaucho Fields, something like that. Gaucho Fields. It's in Brazil. It's a beautiful map. Share this with your farming buddies. You're going to like it. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. I'll see you on the next go-round. I'm Farmer Teacher. Bye-bye.